Hello and welcome back to the Cannon Sports Show. Today we are going to be talking about ASU football's Week 2 opponent in Fresno State. We're going to be looking at a lot of different things, but we're just going to get right into it. So, after looking at Fresno State's first couple games, they had a pretty close win against Purdue. That definitely set like a precedent. This could be a pretty good team. Like, Purdue's not amazing, but they're decent enough. And so it's like, okay, Fresno State, they could be good this year. It was a close win, but still. But then they followed that up with another close win against Eastern Washington. And Eastern Washington does not have a good team. So, I don't know. Like, they started the year off 2-0. But, like, I don't know how to feel about them right now. But, again, regardless, 2-0, like, that means ASU needs to take them seriously. I mean, we're 1-1, obviously, so I think that ASU needs to come out firing, but more importantly, they need to just play the entire game the same way. We've had 2 games in a row now where ASU has looked flat coming out into the second half, and they just need a good offensive performance in the second half. The defense has stepped up, offense hasn't. I'm curious to see if Rashada is still going to start over Drew Pine. I think that either way, ASU is going to be fine. I'm wondering if they're going to value the fact that Drew Pine, he's got more experience, especially at this level. Like, he played for Notre Dame. They played a lot of good teams. And I wonder if maybe they think he's going to be more well fit to play right now. And obviously, Rashada can maybe take a step back. Either way, I trust the coaches to make the right decision. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen anything about how they're performing in practice. I just know that Drew Pine is available for the first time. And then after looking at Fresno State's defense, they only have 1 sack so far in the year. So we should have plenty of time to throw the ball, and we should be able to get a lot of space as well to run. And so, anyway, moving on to the keys of the game for ASU. My keys for the game has to be the defense playing as good as they have been. This is a good Fresno State offense, so the defense is going to need to step up. Number 2, getting the pass game moving early. Talked about this earlier, but especially the pass game. We have to get that moving early. We need to get the ball into Conyers and Badger's hands and let them go to work. And then 3, getting the offense working in the second half. Again, I already touched on this a bit, but it's probably our most important goal this week. We have to play better in the second half. There's realistically nothing else that we can say. And then number 4, we need to slow down the Fresno State passing game. They have a pretty potent passing game that could definitely throw some curveballs at us, and so we need to be on our toes. We need to be ready, and I know we have the defense capable of doing it. Moving on to the defense. So the defense for ASU the last couple games have been really good. They've held our opponents under 30 points in each game. Fresno State, however, though, have scored more than 30 points in every game so far this season, so it's going to be a good test for our defense. I think, though, if BJ Green and Jordan Clark continue to play the way that they have been, we're not going to have a problem. Again, if we can get pressure on their quarterback, once again, our team is going to be in such a great position to win. And overall, the defense has set the tempo for our team across our 2 games so far. And they need to do it once again. And if they are able to, I think we are going to be very successful. The passing game for ASU so far, it's been lackluster. That's just the best way to put it. It's not been good the first couple of games of the season. Rashada is still getting more comfortable. At the end of the day, he's still a freshman. And so he's getting more comfortable in the offense and getting more comfortable in college level play. And he has all the potential in the world to play better, but we need to get the passing game going early. Fresno State's defense has allowed over 30 points in their 2 games, so it's important that we take advantage of this and have a good offensive game. We need to get passing game going. I think we're going to get the run game going pretty easily once again. I know we're capable of this, and I don't really care who plays quarterback. I know we can get the offense moving with either of them. I just want to see it happen. As I pointed out earlier, the offense, they need to perform in the second half. It's a huge thing for us. It's unfortunate we haven't had any success so far in our first 2 games in the second half, but we cannot allow this to hold our team down for a 3rd straight week. We have to play well in the second half, and I do think that Dillingham is going to make the right adjustments in order to keep our offense moving at all times. The Fresno State passing game, it's pretty dangerous. I mean, they average around 300 passing yards per game, around 3 passing touch. Not around. They average 3 passing touchdowns per game, so it's going to be a test to our secondary to stop them. The leader of this passing game is quarterback Mikey Keene and wide receiver Eric Brooks. both of these two are fundamental in this passing offense. Obviously, Keene, he's got all those passing yards, passing touchdowns, but then especially Eric Brooks down here, 17 receptions, 265 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Like, we need to really, really watch him. I expect, I don't know, we have a lot of different guys that can guard him. I'm curious to see. I trust our defensive coordinator, but we're going to need to address those two in order to win. I would say the 3 players we really need to look out for are just, again, Mikey Keene, Eric Brooks, and Elijah Gilliam. 40 carries, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, he's a threat. We need to be wary of him. I was going to add, like, I always like adding defensive players, but again, like, looking at their guys, like, I don't know, they have 1 sack so far, 1 interception. They have 7 pass deflections, but through 2 games, it's not, like, amazing. 1 forced fumble and fumble recovery. Like, they really aren't that crazy on the defensive end, so I don't know. I just don't see much. I think that ASU is going to be able to have a bounce back game. I think that they're going to play well. I'm really curious to see as well, because Dillingham, this is his first time obviously coming off a loss for ASU as a head coach. I'm curious to see how he takes it. I remember in like an interview this week he talked about the game against Oklahoma State, and on my podcast I pointed out, I said, I guarantee you that Dillingham, he is not happy. He is not happy with how things went in that game. I guarantee you he is eating himself up right now, and that he is like up late watching film. And he said something along the lines of like he stayed up till like 4 in the morning watching the game over and over again until he eventually went to bed. Like, he did not take that loss easily. I feel like Dillingham, he's talked a lot about making the right adjustments, not like major adjustments, but little minuscule things that are going to help our team. And I'm excited to see what those are. I truly do believe that this team is capable of doing a good job in this game, and I really hope we can, because at the end of the day, like, ASU is on a rebuild, but they want to perform now. But anyway, I don't really got much more to talk about this game. It should be a fun game. I think it's going to be close. Unless ASU's defense completely goes off, then I don't think it'll be close at all. But again, Fresno State has good offense, so. But yeah, anyway, I don't really got much more to talk about. Next ASU podcast will be Saturday after the game. But yeah, other than that, just have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.